Assalamu alaikum, Ummahpreneur fam. How are you guys doing? I'm going to keep this video really short and sweet. And I just want to talk about something that I've been kind of seeing in a lot of Muslims who are considering entrepreneurship, or Muslim entrepreneurs that are just starting off, that is really getting in the way of their success and getting in the way of them really transforming their lives and ultimately their businesses and really reaching their goals. And recently we've been really taking the time to actually get on calls with people who are interested in starting their own business. So we have a free training that is, I'll actually link it below this video, where we kind of explain what is the easiest business model to get started in your online entrepreneurship journey, and really why we focus on helping you build a business that is, essentially with high profit margins, that requires low time, low investment, and really get you started on the right foot. And a lot of people kind of watch the training and then they're interested and they get on the call. And by the end of the call, one thing that I noticed, that if you start to apply in your life, and really that's going to be the difference between high-level entrepreneurs and people who really make it in life and who succeed in whatever it is that they do, and people who kind of really stay stuck in the same position and don't really move forward in life. There's one big differentiator that I'm going to share with you, and this is something that I've been kind of seeing in all the conversations that I'm having, and that is the biggest difference between really our students who see the highest level of success and who go on to make, over 10K a month and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and those who don't really see much success at all, or even take the leap to get started. And the biggest difference between those two types of people, and the ones who really go on to succeed, and the ones who really struggle to even get started in the first place or never really take the actions necessary, is the way that they approach decision making. The way that they approach decision making is really the differentiator between those who succeed and those who really struggle and don't really see any success. And this is not just for the students that we work with or the people that we mentor, but really this is what I've noticed pretty much in every single person around me that is successful versus those who are still struggling in life and not really where they want to be. And the difference is really at the core, it lies in their decision making. It's in their ability to make decisions when faced with life's hard questions. And an example of this is, when you're faced with it in a situation where you have a decision to make. You have, two options, two paths that lie before you. And one, for example, will be, well, look, I can kind of, stay at my job and, continue to be in this situation that I myself am right now telling you I'm unsatisfied in, and I'm not happy where I am. And this is why I'm trying to speak to you, because I'm trying to figure out what I can do. And the other path is, well, we can get started and we can build this thing. Ultimately, when they're presented with option B, and when they have the option to actually take the leap, a lot of people then really fall back towards hesitation, towards, let me think about it. Let me kind of, take a week, let it marinate, and then I'll get back to you and really let you know if I'm really, fully ready to commit. And what I've noticed is that this doesn't only apply to a decision such as starting your own business, but really applies to everything in life. The people who really are at the highest level of financial freedom and success are really those who are able to quickly make decisions. They're immediately able to assess a situation when presented with a conflict or, several options, and really choose what is best for them in their future. And the people who don't really move forward in life are the people who are always thinking about it. The people who, kind of are at their job and are unsatisfied. And when you talk to them, they say, I've been wanting to start a business for the last 3 years. And when you ask them, well, why didn't you start? I don't know. They don't know why, because they've been thinking about it for the last 3 years, but they haven't really done anything. And most of the time when I talk to those people myself and present them with the opportunity to get started today, let's go and build this right now. Well, what is their answer? It's the same answer they've been giving for the last 3 years. Well, let me kind of think about it. Let me let it marinate and get back to you. And what happens is they go back to their comfort zone. And, the price of action is greater than the price of inaction. And what I mean by that is that the price of action, which means, you putting in the effort to start your business, to undertake this new journey, is going to take, more out of you, more energy than you kind of staying where you are right now, even though you're unsatisfied in your job and, continuing to just pretty much kind of coast through life, watching Netflix, wasting your time in the evenings and doing nothing that's really productive with your free time, and really just living paycheck to paycheck to pay the bills. And if that's what you want to do, you have to understand. If that's what you don't want to do, if you don't want to be in that situation, well, you have to understand that really the differentiator is going to be changing the way that you approach decision making and really changing the way that you make decisions. In life, next time you're presented with a situation, I want you to be very firm and really make a decision, a black or white decision, whether this is going to be a yes or a no. But a lot of people who are always stuck in the maybe zone are the ones who are pretty much stuck in life. They're the ones who are always in the consideration stage. I'm considering starting a business. I'm considering leveling up my career. I'm considering, getting that job. And you talk to them and they're so unsatisfied and they really talk to you constantly about wanting to change and do something more. But then when you actually present them with an opportunity, well, what is their answer? Their answer is uncertainty. It's maybe. And look, there's always going to be fears. There's always going to be risks in life. No matter what you undertake, there's always going to be, factors that are unknown. But the difference between those who make it and those who don't is they're able to push forward despite the unknown with the confidence that whatever comes up, they'll be able to figure it out. Right? So it's really important for you to trust yourself and trust that no matter what, if you make this decision right now, you'll be able to figure it out. If things don't work out, you'll make the necessary adjustments, you'll pivot, you'll do what you need to do, and ultimately you'll be able to figure it out. And even if it doesn't work out, well, at least you tried. At least you can look back at your life and say that it was a life well lived. You really gave it your all and you gave it a sincere effort and shot at really doing the things you wanted to do and achieving really whatever goals you had in your life that you wanted to achieve, inshallah ta'ala. So my advice to you watching this, I want to keep this really short. I'm going to try we are like 8 minutes. Cool. I want to keep this under 10 minutes. So my advice to you today is really to just evaluate how you approach your decision making in your life and really understand that every single decision you make will have an inherent level of risk. And the decisions and that inherent level of risk will be directly correlated to how much that decision can change your life. So for example, if you're at a restaurant and you wanted to pick between the butter chicken or the biryani, well, there's not a really big inherent level of risk in that decision. And similarly, that decision itself doesn't really have much of an impact on your life. Now, if you're working at a job and you decide, well, you know what, I want to make this completely new transition into a new career path or into starting my own business. Now, that's a really big decision that will dramatically shift the course of your life. And of course, because it has that potential, it also comes with that inherent level of risk that there's unknown in that path and there's uncertainty. But only if you're able to really make a decision to say, well, despite the uncertainty, despite the risk, despite my fears and my reservations, I know ultimately that 10 years from now, I'm going to look back and tell myself that I've at least tried. Then you want to go ahead and take the decision, take the road less traveled, take the one that people fear to take, and that is to dive into the unknown head first and to really put yourself in a situation of risk and really come out of it stronger, better, smarter, and inshallah, ultimately a better person and having lived a more fulfilled life. And with that, awesome. Keep it under 10 minutes, guys. I hope that you benefited from this video. If you did, go ahead and subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see in this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.